I was up before the sun in the Tetons on my vacation. It sure was smart to get up early and go look for wildlife with no light out yet.
It's about 5:45. The sun rises in about an hour and 15 minutes. We're gonna go out there and look for some wildlife. I want to see some wildlife. No, put it.
A happy Puddin' and I hit the road and searched for wildlife. We made our way towards the lookout spot where I had gone the night before. As I scanned around, I caught a glimpse of how excited she was to be up so early. See anything? After the quick drive down Signal Mountain Lookout, we stopped to look at how beautiful the Tetons were in the water's reflection. Then it was time to start exploring some of the smaller roads, the ones that say you should have a four-wheel drive. So with my two-wheel drive rental car, we set down the road. It wasn't long before we saw a deer eating some grass. This is a mule deer. They are found in the western half of the United States. They are a little larger than a white-tailed deer. You can see why they call it the mule deer. It helps to have those big ears when there are wolves and bears around that want to eat you. After hearing from several people that the wildlife viewing wasn't that great today in the Tetons, we changed our plans and went up early to go to the first national park ever recognized back in the late 1800s, Yellowstone National Park. I was so excited to be in Yellowstone for my very first time. Right away I was surprised at how much of it that I could see was burnt. In '88, about a third of the park was burnt. Only a few animals were killed, as they always seem to have a sense to get away from a disaster. Just past the West Thumb area and these burnt woods, on the road, I saw my first bison.
6 hours and you can see that by the road.
It was cool to see this large animal ignore all the speeding cars and simply stroll along the roadside. A big male like this can be over 10 feet long, 6 feet at the shoulder, and weigh over 2,000 pounds, so you have to be careful around them for sure.
Except for those people who get out of the car.
We decided to go see what the traffic jam was about at the nearby bridge. Yep, more bison. The park patrol was trying to do a good job to help them cross after a woman almost got trampled by one. Bison injure and kill more visitors to Yellowstone than any other animal. Usually because of people's stupidity and that they get too close. These animals can outrun anyone, and with 3 million people visiting the park a year, you know you're going to get some fools. From a safe distance and from behind my car, I got a chance to get some shots, blurry ones and some good ones. We turned around at the fishing bridge as Puddin' wanted to go see some hot mud. They found this mud volcano 100 years before I was born, out on an expedition. I mean, I wasn't born on an expedition, that's just when they found the mud. It's about 17 feet deep, full of, well, some hot mud. The smell of rotten eggs because of the sulfur was all around. I thought I would spend all afternoon looking at this hot mud when the skunk told us that he found a large herd in Hayden Valley. More bison.
Good job.
Looking out at them, I wondered if this was how the iconic Old West was, when tens of millions of them roamed the plains. We almost lost this animal in the late 1800s, as they were seen as a food source and a lifeline for the American Indians. So the always smart U.S. government ordered them to be overhunted in an attempt to kill off the Indians, since they used these animals for food and clothing. This would be the first in a long line of American policies towards wildlife that leave me shaking my head. Now, 2,000 to 4,000 of them call Yellowstone home. This herd in the Hayden Valley is one of 2 large herds. These herds are pure and free of livestock genes, unlike others that roam outside the park. The majority of bison in the United States are raised as livestock. We hung out there for a while, taking pictures, just watching them. I couldn't help but appreciate such an iconic species to our American history, and also appreciate how big their poop was, as I almost stepped in it on the way to the car to go look for more wildlife. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Safari Yellowstone. For more information about these animals, read the description below. As always, thanks for watching.